If you are a newly natural or a struggling natural, please understand that air naturally evaporates water. Yet we use products like gels, oils, hair butters to help seal in that moisture to slow down the evaporation process. You want to stay to the end of this video because you're going to see how some of the top recommendations, like leaving your hair alone, may be hindering your growth. If you are new to this channel, hi, my name is Jerry J, and today we're talking about how to grow 4C natural hair longer and faster. So I'm going to give you 3 essential secrets for natural hair growth. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. Number 1, be willing to unlearn certain bad habits. Now, there are a lot of myths within our community about how protective styling for a long period of time grows your hair faster, about how trimming our ends promotes hair growth. You have to pay attention of what really works for your hair and educate yourself on the hair growth cycle. For example, I see a lot of comments within our community about how they done left this protective style in their hair for 6+ months and how they grew X number of inches because they left that style in so long. Please understand, beautiful people, your hair continues to grow at the same rate it will naturally grow, whether you choose to manipulate it or not. Putting away damaged hair or hair that needs a little extra TLC is neglect. I am not sorry for telling you the truth, but we still friends, right? So number 2 is you definitely have to do what's best for you. Now, on the flip side of unlearning certain bad habits, I want you to know that these curly girl rules are not set in stone. You can use grease on your natural hair. You can use direct heat on your natural hair. You can also use combs. You just have to educate yourself on how to use these items. For example, if you think that your hair thrives using silicones, do it. However, because you use silicones, you're gonna most likely need to clarify your hair, and that shampoo may need to contain sulfates. If you've been following this channel for some time now, you know that I don't use silicones, and that's because I don't like using clarifying shampoos. You know that I don't use heat. That's because I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're just like me and you don't know how to properly use direct heat on your hair, stay away. Stay away. Last but not least, number 3, you definitely want to understand what moisture really is and how to properly moisturize your strands. We all know in order to obtain long hair, moisture is key. There's no getting around that, right? And back to these comments within our community, I see people stating on so many videos about how they only use water to moisturize their hair and are surprised when their hair dries up. Think about it like this. If jar 1 is your hair with just water and absolutely nothing else on it, right? And jar 2 is your hair, but with a sealant, like a hair butter, a cream, or a gel, yet with just water, look how easy it is for your hair to lose moisture. Please understand that air naturally evaporates water. And on Instagram, I find myself explaining a lot about how raw butters and oils are not moisturizers. If you didn't know, water is moisture, yet we use products like gels, oils, creams, hair butters to help seal in that moisture to slow down the speed of evaporation. Understand what I just said here. Slow down the speed of evaporation, meaning you're going to have to re-moisturize your hair at some point. Now, how fast that time frame is for you is determined by factors like your hair's health, your climate, how you style your hair, and the list goes on. Now, to help with this issue, I highly recommend that you use products where the first ingredient is water, and you stay away from products that ingredient list only contains raw butters and oils. That's it. Like no aloe vera, no water. Like stay away from those. This also applies to if you have like a dry, itchy, irritated scalp. You need to apply water before you apply like hair grease or like a scalp oil to relieve that irritation. In a nutshell, if you really want your natural hair to grow longer and faster, you have to keep your strands and your scalp hydrated. Do that with applying water and a sealant, whether that's a gel, hair butter, hair cream, what have you. And in full transparency, if you really want to see results faster, you really do need to unlearn certain bad habits that is hindering your growth. At the same time, I encourage you to do what's best for you. Yet, if you want to know how to grow your hair in thicker, this is the video you need to watch next.